Hey everyone, my name is Naveen Malik and welcome to my YouTube channel Data Architect Diaries with Naveen Malik. Okay, so today we are going to talk about something that sounds super cool and honestly, it is super cool. We are diving into time travel in Delta Lake. Now I know what you are thinking. Time travel? Are you talking about science fiction here? DeLorean's flux capacitors? Not quite, but in the data world this feature is just as powerful. So stick around because by the end of this video you will understand exactly what Delta Lake time travel is, how it works under the hood and most importantly how you can use it in your real world data project. So let's jump right in. Before we get into time travel, let me quickly set the stage. What exactly is Delta Lake? Think of it this way. You have got your data lake, right? A big pool where all your raw data sits. Could be CSV, Parquet file, JSON, all kinds of stuff. Now the problem with a regular data lake is it's a messy. There is no reliability. No guarantee that your data is consistent. If something goes wrong during a write operation, good luck figuring out what happened. This is where Delta Lake comes in. Delta Lake is basically an open source storage layer that sits on top of your data lake. It brings reliability, quality, and performance to your data lake. Okay, so the magic ingredient, something called the transaction log, also known as delta log. Every single change you make to a delta table, so every insert, update, delete, merge, get recorded in this transaction log. It gives a completely history of what happened, when it happened, and exactly what files were affected. And guess what? This transaction log is the backbone that makes time travel possible. Okay. Alright, so now let's get to the exciting part. What is the time travel in Delta Lake? In simple terms, time travel lets you go back in time and look at your data exactly as it was at some previous point. You can query any historical version of your data table. Okay, imagine this, you updated a table yesterday and today you realize something went wrong. Maybe bad data got loaded. Maybe a transformation message things up. With time travel, you don't have no panic. You can literally go back to the yesterday's version and see what the data looked like before everything went haywire. It's like having an undo button for your entire data pipeline. Pretty powerful. And here is the beautiful part. This feature is built in. You don't need to set up any separate backup system. You don't need to write any extra code. Delta Lake does this automatically for you through the transaction log. Alright, so how does this actually work under the hood? Let me break it down in a simple way. Every time you make a change to a delta table, say you insert some record or you update a column, delta table does two things. First, it writes new Parquet data file with the actual data. Second, it writes a new entry in the delta log folder. This is the JSON file that records which files were added, which were removed, and what the operation was. So each of these entry corresponds to a version number. That is version 0 is when the table was first created. Version 1 is the next change. Version 2 is the one after that and so on. So when you ask Delta Lake to show you version 0, it knows exactly which is Parquet file made up version 0 and it reads those specific file. It reconstructs the table as it was at that exact point in time. So think of it like Git for your data, just like Git crack every commit you make to your code. So Delta transaction log crack every commit you make to your data. So now there are two ways to time travel in Delta Lake. Let me walk you through both. Method number one is travel by version number. Okay, so every operation creates a new version. You can specify the exact version you want to go back to. In SQL, it looks like this one, that is select star from my table version as of 3. Okay, or in Python you can also read spark.read.format dot option, that is version as of is equal to 3 and load that whatever you need to load the tables for that one. Okay, it is simple. Okay, so method number 2, travel by timestamp. Instead of a version number, you can specify a date and time. In SQL, you can simple write select star from my table, timestamp as of 15th of January 2025. The same you can also mention in the Python with the dot option, timestamp as of 15th January 2025. Okay, so both methods are super easy. You just pick up one that make more sense for your use case. If you know the exact version, use the version number. If you remember the date, use the timestamp. It's a very simple to use for this one. Let me walk you through a visual example to make this really click. Imagine we create a simple table called employee with three records, Alice, Bob and Charlie. That is version 0. Now we add two more employees, Diana and Eve. That becomes version 1. Then we realize Bob's salary was wrong, so we updated. That creates version 2. Okay. Later we accidentally delete Charlie record, that is version 3, and this where we realize we messed up. Now with time travel, we can go back to version 2 and see that Charlie record was still there. We can even use the restore command to bring the table back to version 2 if we want. So no backup tapes, no calling in the DBA in a panic at 2 a.m. Just one simple query and you have got your data back. Okay. So where does this actually comes in handy in real life? Let me give you some practical scenario. First one is data rollback and recovery. You push bad data into production. It happens to the best of us. With time travel, you just roll back to the last good version. That is a crisis averted. Second one is auditing and compliance. Regulators come knocking and ask, what did this data look like 6 months ago? With time travel, you can show them exactly that. Three is debugging pipeline. A pipeline is producing unexpected result. You need to figure out at what point the data went wrong. Time travel lets you compare different versions side by side. Okay. Fourth one is ML reproducibility. You trained a model 3 months ago. Now you want to reproduce the result. With time travel, you can load the exact same data set that was used for training, combine it with the ML flow, and you have got full reproducibility. Last one is the data quality monitoring. You can compare the current version of a table with a previous version to detect schema drift, data volume change, or unexpected value shift. Okay. So here let me give you a quick cheat sheet of the key commands you will use for the time travel. First one is describe history. This shows you the full history of your table with all version number, timestamp and operations. Version as of read a specific version of a table. Timestamp as of read the table as it was at a specific date or time. Restore this one is important. Unlike time travel, which is temporary read, restore actually reset your table back to a previous version permanently. Okay. So and don't forget about vacuum command. This command clean up old file to save storage. But here is the case. If you vacuum too aggressively, you will lose the ability to time travel to older version. So you need to be thoughtful about your retention setting. Okay. Next slide is about vacuum and retention, the trade-off. Speaking of vacuum, let me explain this trade-off because it's really important. By default, Delta Lake keeps your data file for 7 days before vacuum can remove them, and the transaction log history is kept for 30 days. Okay. Now, if you run vacuum and it remove file that version 2 depends on, you can no longer time travel to version 2. Those files are gone. So here is the golden rule. Set your retention period to match your time travel needs. If you need to go back 30 days, set your deleted file retention to at least 30 days. Okay. And for the some table like audit tables or compliance table, you might want to never vacuum at all. Keep your version forever. It's all about finding the right balance between storage costs and time travel flexibility. Okay. Hope you have understood about the vacuum and retention. So before we wrap up, let me share some best practice for using time travel effectively. Okay. First one is always define a clear retention policy for every table. So don't just use the default and hope for the best. Second one is you describe history regularly to keep track of what's happening with your table. Okay. Third one is combine time travel with ML flow for full ML reproducibility. Fourth one is leverage time travel for data quality monitoring. Compare version to each to catch silent data issues before they become big problem. Okay. Fifth one is be careful your vacuum command. Understand the impact before you run it. Once those files are gone, they are gone. Okay. The last one, sixth is use restore when you need a permanent rollback, not just a quick read or of historical data. Okay. Hope you have understood this one. Okay, alright, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. Delta Lake Time Travel lets you access any previous version of your Delta table, either by version number or by timestamp. It works because of the Delta transaction log, which records every change to your data. You can use it for rollback, auditing, debugging, ML reproducibility, and data quality monitoring. Okay, so just remember, vacuum can limit your time travel ability, so set your retention wisely. Okay, and that's a wrap up, folks. I hope this deep dive into Delta Lake time travel was helpful and made things clear for you. If you found this video useful, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of Data Architect Diaries with Naveen Malik. So drop your question in the comments. I read every single one. And if you have used time travel in your project, tell me about it. I would love to hear your real world story. Okay. So until next time, stay curious, keep building, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and thank you.